Hello guys, this is RxG AbZzurd, all nuclear here, and today we're going to be looking at Army of Two Devils Cartel. So to download this, simply go into what I've shown you there, go into the demos, new releases, and it should be there. You just download it, pretty simple, and then you go back out, and then you go to your home, recent, and it should be there, ready to play. I'll have another game there in case you don't know. So Army of Two Devils Cartel has been long awaited, and there's been a lot of speculation about this game. It is of course by EA, but I will upload this gameplay as secondary on both channels, the Nuclear EA and RxG AbZzurd. However, I thought I might upload a commentary of what happened during the game, mainly because it did. I mean, this is in the early prototype stages, so a lot can change in the game. So I thought I might give my opinions on what they've done so far. So of course, Army of Two, the 40th day, it was a pretty decent game. I actually do have that game in my collection. So right here, the standard stuff you do in most games. I thought I might tune the brightness fully, just to see if it would improve the quality or anything like that. Obviously I have silver, so it's come up with that. It didn't bother me too much anyway. So we're going to, if you look in the background, it's obviously the Striker. It's a very popular shotgun that we all know, and that's obviously a Magnum of some kind. So I went through into the armory and I clicked on customize character, and this is what came up. So this interests me quite a lot, because before on 40th day you'd have to customize your mask online, and it would be a real frustration for people because you can't really bother most of the time. But this looks good because we have emblems that we can customize in Black Ops 2, and there's a lot of customization in games recently. But this looks very, very interesting, and I look forward to having this in the game. The action, of course, on this trailer looks very exciting. However, it's a lot different to the action in the game, and we'll go into that later on. I do actually play the demo. So I realised that obviously I can't customise my operative, so I'm going to customise my weapons. And I do like this. I do like that it circles round when you select them. And interestingly, I actually thought while doing this, you guys probably want to see an assault rifle and not anything else. But you can't actually unlock anything too early in the game. Because you need to be a certain level to get them, and obviously you start at level 1, which I think is good, because on Army of Two, the other one, Army 2 40th day, it kind of just depended on how much money you had, depending on what weapon you could buy. So at least on this one there's some kind of leveling up system, which is interesting. You do actually get score during the campaign missions for killing enemies, etc. So I'm interested to see how that works, because there will be quite a high level stuff that you need to get. So the stock decided to get that. I don't know why I chose it, but it just looked pretty cool to me. I decided to go for the double mag since the reload speed looked a bit faster. So I'm not entirely sure how correct those bars are going to be in the actual game, but I'm assuming that they'll be pretty much correct, and double magazines seem to suit me anyway. I went for the holographic sight, even though you don't actually seem to use the sight. I don't know if you can do, but I didn't seem to be able to use the sight. Now, originally, at first, here, I did actually go for the laser sight. I chose the laser sight. I thought, if it increases accuracy, you might as well go for a laser sight. So I'll go for laser sight, purchase it and everything. Go to the side mount. Now, I'm interested. There's a lot of customization in this game, actually. There's quite a lot. I'd say there's probably more of an option than there was in the Army of Two 40th day. However, it doesn't feel that too different. So players who have played Army of Two 40th day will understand how to use it. So it's not too difficult. I tried to go for a precision barrel because it makes my gun look longer. Basically, main reason why I don't like having a small gun. And I put a silence on it, which didn't really silence the weapon at all, to be honest. But I'm not too bothered about that. Yeah, bought just that. And this weapon is actually quite expensive. I started with 60,000 and it drains my money quite quickly. And I didn't even realise I was going through all the camos here. So all the camos are pretty much exactly the same on all the weapons. So you weren't missing anything out. I was going through all the camos. Now, the problem that I find is they don't all look too different. I mean, there's not that much of a difference between all the camos. I think there should be a bigger distinction. If you look carefully, a lot of them are more or less the same colour. Sorry about the phone background. And this doesn't really benefit as much when playing the game. I feel that it's kind of annoying having to unlock some of them by levels. Obviously, goal at max level 25. So I'm assuming at max level It's going to be around 25, or probably maybe like 30 or 50 or something like that, but we will assume that high levels are going to be 25, so gold isn't going to be as easy to get, as it was in the 40th day. So we do actually have to unlock these, and I decided that it would be best to go for this same camo on every single gun throughout. So I just went for a this kind of feel, this one. So I went for the Cardinal, which is anodized or whatever it is. Now, interesting thing I find on this gun is that you can actually rotate them. You can rotate them in the previous one, but you can test fire. Now, I think this takes from Ghost Recon, Ghost Recon, that game. I think that's made by EA too. Now, if they've taken this, and I think it's really good because you can shoot, you can blow these pillars apart, see how well they do in combat. Now, this one actually was blowing pillars apart quite well. So yeah, I thought, well, it's pretty good. Reloads fast, fairly accurate. I don't need it especially accurate anyway. So again, it stays like that, so that's pretty good. You don't have to like save, change, or anything like that. Anything you need change is saved. Now, I was looking through the secondaries here, and you actually have to unlock all of them except for the first assault rifle. So if you are going to play with a demo, I might as well have 2 assault rifles. The shotgun, it was okay, but I do like the upgrades for the shotgun. So when we get to the shotgun, I will explain what I did and why I did it. Yeah, so unfortunately I couldn't use any of the SMGs or anything like that. So here we go. And you realise, oh, I can't unlock anything else. Here's the shotgun. I could have actually used that assault rifle. I've only just realised that now. But well, the shotgun was very interesting to see. And I chose this mainly because it kind of reminded me like Predator, and also I do like the shotguns that have like that. I chose Dragon's Breath. No, I couldn't actually choose it, but I went for extended mags, mainly because it increases your magazine size a bit. The sight, I went for holographic sight, although it didn't really do anything. I couldn't aim down sights, mainly because I only had holographic sight, but you know what I mean. I went for the laser sight just to increase accuracy a bit. I like to put every possible attachment I can, and I went for a precision barrel, mainly because it makes my gun look longer, and so that the 2 barrels are kind of like the same length. And for the paint, I went for exactly the same paint as before. When we get to it, I was kind of looking at the colour yet, the Cardinal, anodized, there we go, and you can actually test these in combat. I don't think you can test the ones that you haven't unlocked, I didn't try. There, I shoot the guy, and I shoot through the cover as well, so this is obviously a very powerful shotgun. It's dealing the enemies quite quickly. It takes a while to blow through that piece of cover though. But again, shredding through the walls, etc. It's a pretty good gun actually. There's a lot to test on this area, but I wish the testing area would kind of respawn between each weapon. That's one of the things I don't really like about this. The testing area should kind of respawn. I hope EA are alright with me using like all this stuff, but I don't know. If they want to sue me, they can sue me. I won't make money off it anyway. So in pistols, I was a bit upset about this. The fact that you couldn't use all the pistols in the demo. I think you should have been able to use all the pistols. Mainly because they're not that powerful, but I just think they should have been able to use them. And also, the second thing is that you can only upgrade cameras. Like now, you have 240th day. You could have a barrel at the end of the gun. You could have a magazine, I think, and a sight. On this, you've only got the camo. I think that's a bit disappointing, really, because I hope it'll probably improve by the game, but I think personally there needs to be some customization with the handguns. Because it makes the game more interesting if you've got more of a choice. Here I tried to do a wall test with the pistol, shooting slowly. Had like 12 rounds in the magazine, and then afterwards I just decided to spray with it. And it's got high recoil, so it wasn't going to be used by me too much. But you do see it in the gameplay actually at some point, and it worked actually quite well. It's fairly accurate. Reload time is fairly fast. So yeah, I liked the pistol of what I tried with it. So anyway, after that, going through the armory, and I've done the options already, so you can actually do split screen, and I might try and get Cosmos to come around and do a split screen gameplay. But you can choose your weapon loadout as always, and customized operative always just leads to that demo again that I've already shown, so I decided to skip that, and so click start game. So that loading bar and the icon below, I think that's quite interesting. Although if it starts lagging, it's going to be kind of annoying. And I like how the game does actually tell you, this loading screen. It's quite good. It kind of reminds me a bit like Gears of War 3 and Gears of War Judgment, where it's kind of like a piece of torn paper and there's stuff around it. It reminds me of that, but at least it's on its own and it's doing its own thing. So usually goes through that loading icon, the bullets things, and it shows us the demo for the game, which I'm quite interested to see. All the demos of like video games now always seem to be showing their own actual like intro demo thing. So from what we know, it's co-op, it's 2-player co-op at least. We saw below it was split screen. However, I have not managed to confirm whether or not it is 4-player co-op, which is what we always wanted in this game. I'll explain a bit more into that later on. But if it is 4-player co-op, then there will be an annotation on the screen as soon as I find out that it is, and you guys will know. So of course, the cartels, which is the main storyline, I don't know, they're doing something about Mexican drug money or something like that, and you're going to have to kill them. Which is kind of what you're going to be doing throughout the entire gameplay anyway. But once you kill these bitches, you move on through the campaign and continuously. It's going to be lather, rinse, repeat. You're killing the same guys all the time. But that's going to be it. So anyway, here we are at the game. This is when it actually starts. You see the guys, 2 guys come in. These are your 2 main characters. I do not know the names, so sorry about that, guys. But so it kind of freaks me out that these guys are so stupid as not be able to see 2 guys who are even wearing camouflage. But oh well, that's the game for you. And we see 2 guys drop down, and they simply completely beat the crap out of these guys. You know, I think this scene was actually really good. It was quite interesting to see at the start, but unfortunately you cannot do this kind of shit in the gameplay. But you can try and do it, but it's going to be very difficult. Unless, even if it's on really easy, it's quite difficult to do. So anyway, you see those 2 guys, and they actually are your friends. They're not your enemies, and it obviously throws you in a bag like you have at the start of the YAM 240th day, and you move through. So here we are. I actually kind of like this. It's opened up, of course, but I do find this a bit too linear for me. I'm ashamed that you can't follow 2 other guys and go on with their story. It's kind of annoying. You're like, oh, why are you showing them to, you know, if I can't go with them? So we have to go down and get through the roof. And one thing I do find out is this is the first mission, and it tells me absolutely nothing about the controls. I only find out how to sprint later on in the game, and just to take cover, it was very difficult and annoying to do. You know, I think, yes, maybe I should have had a look at the controls beforehand, but I just think that, you know, in most games, even COD does this, and even Halo does this, damn it, you know, just show me some of the controls. Thankfully, though, it does have, like, the press A over cover, so I thought I might show that mechanic a bit as well. And it does have the step jump, and you can order your partner to do it, but one thing I do like that they've done is they've taken off Gears of War 3, where you have to hold it down just for maybe like half a second or something like that, in order to be able to do the action, and this stops, you know, random spamming of it or accidents happening. Now, one thing I do find kind of annoying is that the weapon swapping. I'm not entirely sure how you do it. I think you have to hold Y to draw your pistol, and then just Y to swap between your 2 weapons. But I didn't know at the time that all of those icons at the bottom, you know, with you press with your left to right and up and down, were actual like commands. But it's interesting enough to show that when you press grenade, it doesn't put a grenade where you're aiming your cursor like it did before. It puts a grenade where the enemy you're going to be, so you're not going to be able to kill yourself by accident with this. It's very, very good. A blood splatter on the screen, it is somewhat annoying, and the screen goes really, really blurry, and this is frustrating, especially dealing with like a sniper or something. I just find, I don't like when games do this. I think it's unfair. Like just because you can't see the enemy, that means you're going to lose a gunfight. So we're moving through. It's interesting you can swap between both sides of the cover, but that's not, you know, something we haven't seen before. Again, the grenade indicator at the bottom. It's kind of interesting grenade sound, and of course, like Gears, it is kind of taking up Gears of War, but I don't mind that. But it is its own game. It's definitely its own game, and I did find this. Later on, like, I'll talk about the movement mechanics once we've seen more of them. So here we have, there's a bit of destruction in this game actually. You can't exactly completely destroy everything, you know, so obviously that'll make the game too easy because you just blow up the whole building, kill all the enemies and just walk across the top of it. But there is some destruction. You're able to shoot through, you know, doors, windows, etc. And obviously break pieces of cover down, which is quite good because then usually when enemies hide behind cover, it's super annoying because you can't do anything about them. And here I actually learned to sprint finally. Took me ages to find out, and I just shoot these guys. Again, the blood splatter was a bit frustrating then. I didn't actually get down throughout this entire gameplay. there was a part where I was going down, but I've managed to blind fire, which you see later, and that kind of saved me, or at least suppressed the enemy. So, moving through. Then and there, I was a bit disappointed about the fact that there was no light coming out the top of it. I think this is the one on the Frostbite 3 engine, and if I'm quite honest, it doesn't look like the Frostbite 3 engine. At this point, it was kind of frustrating that there was like no stealth party. Apparently, I was like, oh, should we stealth? I shot through the cover there, pretty good. So I just thought, well, I might as well do it. Now here, you think the two things I thought here. I didn't think it was a trap. I just think, why the fuck can they not just crawl underneath it? And second of all, you know, they can go round on the side, but you know, they decide to go through this way, and your character jumps down. It's quite funny. He fails. Again, it's still confusing of why they didn't just go through in the first place. Interestingly though, tons and tons of enemies start flooding in for some reason, kind of taking off Battlefield in a way. And I think there's been a lot of inspiration across the games into this game, but I do like that because then it keeps the people who haven't really played this game yet some general idea of how to do, what it's going to be like. Again, RxG guy online as well. Kenneth is quite an active member. I'm not going to post his channel. You can just search him on YouTube. It's quite. I think it's called Kid or something like that. So anyway, so good reloading. Very interesting. I have to say it's all right. The laser sight goes down to a bit, but I would prefer it if it actually like Battlefield travelled to the end of where your gun is pointing. Just make it more interesting. That's what they do in real life, and I just hope they'd be able to do that. So I thought it'd be best to go into the cover system at the moment. The cover system, to be honest, I don't like it. I never really liked it from Army 2 the 40th Day. I have to say that they've improved the cover system. But they haven't really improved how it feels, how it's going to work. You can actually cook grenades. I cooked it there. So I'll be to throw them. I cooked it. I think they exploded in like 3 seconds or something like that. Anyway, so here we are. So guys, at least our AI has the mind to be able to shoot down this piece of cover. Unfortunately, he's still kind of shooting it after it's already flopped down. So I think EA needs to fix that. And I think this is like overkill mode. So anyway, we're gonna breach this door. We'll just go through that. Again, they've done the new casual thing that most games do, and that's block the lower part of the stairs so you can't go through it. It's kind of a cheap way to do it, to be honest. And obviously block top it as well. Breach thing, we move through, and there's a lot of enemies. And for some reason, I switched to my pistol. And I have no bloody idea why I did it or how I did it, but I did do. And so I opened my pants suppressed by accident, which I didn't really know. But he seems to basically suppress enemy tons. This gave me an opportunity to flank. So using a pistol, it's alright. It's not exactly a gun that I've used over my shotgun, but it was a fairly good weapon and it had plenty of ammo in it. So I kind of used it for the next bit. I thought, well, if I have it now, I might as well use it. So move up the stairs, and the game looks really good in this. It shows the lighting and everything that I loved of Battlefield 3. Moving through, and the moment here, I think, crap. But thankfully, my teammate goes to him, and this is actually really good AI. It's a very interesting fight. Kind of, again, takes from Gears of War 3, where you have the chainsaw duels and stuff. But a little bit of melee from my teammate, and we're moving through. The weapon has hardly any penetration at all, so I am literally getting near enough down here, and my screen's going all blue. It's really annoying. So just suppressing. I was sort of hoping to get down just to show the whole idea of when you get down. If you don't know what happens when you get down, all you do is you get down on the floor, you pull out your pistol, and then your partner has to go revive you, and then he has to basically drag you a bit, and then you can go down and revive you, I think, or he can just revive you. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I have to do on 40th Day, so I'm assuming you haven't changed it too much. So what you do after that is, if you're lying down, you kind of want to be protecting yourself with a pistol, or if you can get your head ripped off by an enemy. Anyway, so we go to the breach this door, shoot the door lock off, casual thing, moving through. This is a very interesting breach because it's a 2-player breach, and we don't see these too often in games, mainly because they always get screwed up. So shooting through pretty much all the enemies, and I do get flawless jackpot, and flawless breach as well, something like that. So again, we see the points. Now this interests me is why we have the points. I can understand it for mission score. A lot of games are going to do this now. Gears of War's got arcade mode. I think COD. No, not COD maybe, but they're starting to have score, so it's more competitive, which I do actually like. And so I decided to go up into the chopper mainly because I wanted to be able to shoot the minigun and not have to bother the enemies on the ground like it said. So this game actually looks quite good from the sky, although it seems a bit weird that there's high-rise buildings but you don't see too much of them. So we're moving through, classical border sign there, and again the smoke of the getting shot at greatly pisses me off. You can't see anything. So in terms of this gameplay here, I did find the trying to kill enemies with a minigun was quite agonising. It was really agonising. I think this is going to be a really difficult mission in, you know, if it's the highest difficulty, whatever the highest difficulty is. It's going to frustrate me quite a lot because here it was difficult to get the shots on the target, as you can see. It was difficult, you know, enough trying to just be able to kill the enemies. You know, here this guy just wasn't dying, and I think sometimes it just takes the piss too much. This is a bloody minigun. It shoots a ton of bullets at a time. You know, and again here, this pissed me off the most. I wasn't even hitting her, and managed to just get one kill, and before the gun overheated, RPG going past. It's pretty good action actually. It's pretty good action. I'll give it that. But I just think that it's not that fluid enough to be fun. I hope they do improve it. Maybe that the minigun's like one hit kill or splash damage. And here, this is what annoyed me quite a bit because you're about to see this in the gameplay. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but this is super nice. Anyway, so we're trying to actually get a triple kill then. So we push through. I kind of expected stuff to blow up like in Call of Duty, but nothing really blew up. There was a lot of smoke, but nothing blew up particularly. And it was strange how all the enemies have like icons above the head, and it said shoot the tower, and I was shooting the tower, you know, shooting the base, and nothing happened at all, and so then it just put me down here, and Jesus Christ, this is what pissed me off the most. You know, I was like, oh, so what, to protect them? Enemies gonna come round? No, they're not. They didn't even come round. The game basically glitched out, and I couldn't do anything about it. I do actually reload the gameplay, and you will see this later on in the gameplay actually that I do reload it, and I'll play through this section of the game again. So don't worry, if you can just fast forward a bit on if you want, or you can listen to me and ramble about how annoying this is. So looking through the controls, so I thought restart. I wasn't entirely sure what restart would do. I thought, well, I can't restart because restart is going to like restart from the start, isn't it? Like it does in like COD or Halo or something like that. And there wasn't a reload checkpoint. This kind of annoyed me. I was thinking, why aren't the checkpoints? Why didn't it tell me if checkpoints are saving? So I decided to blow some stuff up, shoot a lot of stuff. Now I wish this would happen while I was actually manning the chopper earlier, rather than happen now. But again, this is very interesting to see just the little mechanics of how to shoot. And I kind of want to kill my teammate just for the sake of going like, oh, friendly fire, friendly fire, you're not supposed to friendly fire. And here again, these guys are somehow invincible to minigun bullets. Don't see how they survived that, but they must have done. Anyway, so there's that bar on the right. I couldn't even do anything apart from shoot and aim and turn. It was really annoying. So I had to restart. I tried to change the audio. I don't know about you guys, but the audio seemed to change a bit too much when I was playing the game. When I was in the chopper, the audio changed, but the audio does revert back. I don't know what the hell happened, but when I do restart the game, you guys are going to be able to see it anyway. I actually sort of speed run the bit towards the end. I don't intentionally doing it, but I kind of do it as like you guys have already seen what happens in this, so I kind of want to speed run through it, and then I go through the next bit a bit slower. So here I do actually restart, and thankfully, it goes to the load screen thing again, and it shows over that, and it's the same picture, which is frustrating in a way. So here we go, moving through, blah 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 blah, and thankfully it does actually load us on here, and it loads us towards where we have to breach the door. And I thought, I've got an assault rifle now, and I decided to breach it. And annoyingly for me, I did have to actually get a load of the kills. Now, if you look on the bottom right, this is very interesting here. You can't actually see anything. Damn it! I just thought it would be very interesting to see if it actually had one bullet less in the magazine. I'm not sure. So I did actually have to get the majority of the kills then, which was frustrating in a way. I think I'm part of the to do something. I decided to go on foot for this part, so I actually do go on foot, mainly because this helicopter part was just too stressful for me to bother with, and I just hoped the AI would have the smart skill to shoot it down, so I decided to go there. But you do actually have to step jump the guy. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out how you change the viewpoint so you can aim down on the left side. So the character's on the right and you're looking on the left. But anyway, that doesn't matter for this because I'm going around on the right side of this building, so the right hand perspective was better. Shooting enemies here, I think that was a bit frustrating in a way, and I think my teammate can actually damage me, but I couldn't damage him. I don't know if I could, but I wasn't seeming to be able to damage him during the gameplay. So I was obviously thinking, if I get downed, obviously I'll lose this. And the guy in there on the floor somehow has like an assault rifle or something, and when you get down you have a pistol, which is a bit strange. So again, chucking some grenades just to see if I can blow some stuff up, which I actually did. And there's an RPG here, and so I was like, okay, RPG guys, so I'll just chuck a grenade up there, and it should be alright, should blow him up, yeah. No, it didn't actually do anything. He just managed to miraculously survive a grenade inside the building where he can't even escape from, and I was confused about that. So basically I had to move through just to be able to kill this guy. And the only thing banging about this is by the time I actually moved up there and risked like everything just to be able to kill this one guy, so my partner could apparently rain down fire. He was literally virtually beyond death. Like, he had a few bullets on me and I was literally going to die, but I didn't. Miraculously. And so I was basically shooting through here, and nothing was happening. It was really frustrating, and it didn't even give me any whereabouts as to where to go. And so here, I was trying to go through, and there's a lot of destruction, a lot of smoke, can't see anything, trying to shoot through, and the guy dies before I can even see anything. Those arrow indicators don't exactly help too much on it. So this scene here reminds me of Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. I don't know if you guys already played that, but basically to shoot down this like radio tower station thing, and then you climb across the top. That was one of the hardest missions in the entire game, though, and this isn't that difficult, but it's one of the hardest missions in the entire game. So here, again, a really good scene. I got exploded, everything goes to crap. And I'll do like these scenes in games. I just think that when you're replaying them, they're good as sample. I don't think guys, once they replay, they're gonna get boring. So anyway, here, very interesting scene. But I think the problem with this scene here is that I haven't built any kind of relationship with that character for this to be anything like death-defying. I'm not entirely sure if this is the first mission or if it's the mission in the middle of the campaign. But what I'm saying is, if this is the middle of the game, this better be the middle of the game. If this is at the start of the mission, I don't have enough connection to that character to do that. So then we can pick this guy up, everything is well, then helicopter crashes, and this is the part that's very interesting, and of course the game goes into this state here, and I hope you guys enjoy this content. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe if you want any more information on this, or if you want me to do a split screen gameplay with Cosmos, then I will. I am going to do some other demo games, just to show some off. I like to do the Battlefield 3 demo, kind of like in-depth look at it. Again, there's all this stuff here, and you can see this gun here. It's got the smoke coming out of it. Looks kind of neat, actually. And again, the armory. I think this is the same gun that I used for the game. And you can actually quit your demo.